As you said earlier, that we are not human beings having spiritual experience, we are spiritual beings having human experience. It's a very powerful statement to make, and it's very intriguing. But what does it mean? What do we mean when we say this?
If those who believe in power higher than you, if those who believe that you have been here multiple times, if it is for those who believe about the energy which is bigger than you, the universe or God or whatever you may call it, we are all created in his image or its image, whatever. I mean, if it is just a light, it's like that ocean, all that drops of that ocean is also ocean, right? I mean, we just extracted that drop from that ocean, does not mean it is not that ocean. So that is how we were initially created. Over the period of time, we were given a superpower. Humans have got a superpower in 3D reality. We are in 3D reality. 3D, we have the superpower of free will. So you can exercise your free will, and no divine power, no God, no universe, nobody will override that. That is your superpower. So by using that superpower, what we do is, sometimes we create jealousy, sometimes we create anger, sometimes whatever we create ourselves, right? So this is how we create ourselves. And then we die. At some point of time, we die. And we carry these heavy energies with us. So idea is to always stay light, always stay that ocean, not now don't become that dirty water in the pond. You have to stay that ocean, that purity has to be there. So you come back again. You have been given hundreds and thousands of chances to come back and clarify your things, whatever you just lost in the process. And every time we use our free will to do things. And when there is a time when multiple times when you repeat the cycle, you realize that enough is enough. Now I need to sit back and think what is happening around it. Why am I here again? Why is the cycle repeating itself? That is the time you realize that you are more than just a human. You are having, so you might be having that experience as well. I mean, even if that consciousness is not there, I'm sure you might agree on that there's something which is talking within you. There's something which is telling you what is right, what is wrong. There's something which is guiding you all the time. Sometimes it is very conscious, sometimes it is intuitive. You don't know from where it is downloaded in your head, but that information is there with you. So those are our teams. Those are our energy system, which helps us all the time at all times. So when a soul enters a body, I mean, if again I'm saying if I can go into this detail, when a soul enters the body, soul anchors itself with the body, and slowly by each passing year, one chakra at a time gets activated. And each chakra anchors us to the human reality. So like root chakra is the first one. It anchors us to our 3D reality. It is like a funnel looking downwards. So it anchors us. It is our survival chakra. It is our ancestral chakra. It is the place where fear comes. It is the place where our bone comes, where our blood and bone and all those things are formed. Our structure is formed. So this is how one by one this gets activated. All chakras get activated, and by 7 years you have all chakras in place. And now how you behave with others outside world defines what kind of a personality you're developing now. And then you go out and interact with people, and then you have different experiences. Then you say, I don't like it, I like it. So those are the things you experience. So for chakras, I give a very simple example. It's like your soul is like you the driver, and car is your body. So when you sit in the car, you anchor yourself multiple places. One foot on the clutches, on the brake, and then you have something in your hand, something is staring in your one hand. Then you have eyes on the mirrors. So basically, you are anchoring at 7 places in the car. So like that, our soul has anchored itself in 7 places in our body, and those 7 places are these energy which we call chakras, and they define how we interact. We carry all information with us, and how we behave. That is how it is. I mean, at a deeper level, if I can explain.
A lot of times in psychology, we're told that that for the first 5 to 7 years is where 95% of our development happens. And this also kind of relates to that, right? That even in energy formats, it's not just about physical development. Even in the energy development, the first 5 to 7 years are very critical.
We have actually 3 kinds of energy in our body. So we have physical energy, we have mental energy, and we have spiritual energy. All three integrated. It's a very complex system, if you say, because all three have to all the time work together to get the best out of it. With physical energy, we have strength, endurance, and flexibility. With mental energy, we have ability to focus, ability to retain information, ability to process information, right? That mental energy and emotional energy is for that purpose. And spiritual energy is how we interact. That's what I said. Even before you reach the meeting, you have started interacting. That is your spiritual energy. That is how you are interacting with the universe. That is where I think I will bring the ego aspect as well, because leadership is about ego as well. I mean, you that is where a lot of problem comes when you have that kind of a ego, right? So what is ego? Ego is nothing but your limited understanding of self. Why I say limited understanding? Because you are only understanding yourself through your position or your beauty or your looks or your intellect or your family or your riches. So that is a limited understanding. You're not that limited. You are a spiritual being. You have access to entire universe. You can actually, by sitting here, you can connect to any part of the universe. So why should you restrict yourself? When things are not moving according to what we want it should be, then we should trust the higher guidance as well sometimes and think that maybe there's something more for me. Why should I worry too much? Because we worry about position, because we worry about that recognition which we have, validation which we have, we don't allow other things to happen. We become like a forcing current. We force things we want, and if at all you have to leave that from your hand, you become restless, you become depressive, you become aggressive, hundreds of things. Again, you react from your own consciousness, how you are.
A lot of times, and I have done it, and I've seen and spoken to people who also feel the same way, is that a lot of times we build our identity around our position or our title, which means who we are is suddenly not Prashant or Deeksha or a son or a father or a brother or a mother or a daughter. It suddenly is, who is Prashant? He is a business coach. Who is Prashant? He is an author. Who is Prashant? He is a senior manager. Who is Prashant? He is a director. Who is Prashant? He is a CEO. So for us, that position becomes our identity. And if there is anything that threatens that identity, it's not just threatening that aspect of it. It's like it's threatening our being, because we have associated so closely with that position that nothing should threaten that position, because that is me. I'm nothing without the title of a senior director. I'm nothing without a title of a CEO. I'm nothing without a title of an author or a business coach or a manager or whatever, right? So we suddenly associate it. And it happens in personal life as well. There are a lot of people who take the title of being a son very seriously, where they try to do everything that is possible. They're literally on fire, where they're trying to give their best to their parents because they want to be the best son in the world, because that is the identity that they have. And similarly, a lot of times it happens as a father, as a son, in many areas of life. But when it comes to leadership, I definitely have seen it happening, that you get so associated with that title. And you very beautifully said that it's important for us to realize that, are we actually identifying with our ego as us? Has our ego and I become one? Is that who I am, or am I something beyond that? There is a physical side to me, there is a spiritual side to me, there is an emotional side to me. I'm not just that position, right? And detachment from that ego, as you rightly said, is death of that ego. And death of that ego is what will let your soul evolve. So you, as a leader, as a person, or any role that you're playing in your life at that point of time, you will get better at that, because you will be more evolved as in soul. And coming back to your example that you gave earlier, now if soul is the driver who is actually putting those 7 anchors and driving the car, and if my soul feels more powerful, which means as a driver, if I am more empowered, more skillful, I can drive better. And the death of an ego causes me to become a better driver.